Okay, what we're going to be looking at is the Battle for Azeroth Beta Warlock. One of the most exciting things I found in the patch notes for BFA was the Demonology Warlock, because there's a lot of changes in that, a lot of passive things that are happening. Again, everything's still subject to change. This is quite early in the beta, but it feels good. It feels good. It's quite nice. Just a quick brief run through of the talents. You guys have probably seen a lot of this already, but we've got Dread Lash here, which is when your Dreadstalkers charge into battle. The Dread Bite attack now hits all targets within 8 yards and deals 25% more damage. So obviously when you summon them, it's a bit of an AoE thing going on there. I'm currently running Demonic Strength though, because I think that's quite cool, because you get a normal Fellstorm anyway with your Fell Guard, but this one gives you another, like a double Fellstorm, but it also increases its damage by 400%, so it's quite a nice tidy DPS cooldown. Bile Scourge Bombers, which to be fair, I'll show you what they look like, because it ain't great. Obviously there's a few images that need to be updated and spells to be configured and stuff like that, but if I just quickly show you out here, away from all these people, so we put it down there. We've got what looks like basically 2D, it's like playing Duck Hunt all over again back on the Nintendo. Anyway, so yeah, I tend to be running Strength, to be fair. Demonic Calling, basically your two main Soul Shard generators, Shadow Bolt and Demon Bolt, now have a 20% chance not to make your Dreadstalkers cost anything. Have no cast time, so that's just nice. There are some nicer talents, so you've got Doom there, of course, which hasn't changed really. Doesn't summon any wild imps now, and then obviously you've got Power Siphon, which is a new one, which is where you can instantly sacrifice 2 wild imps, which will go very well with inner demons, which I'll get to in a second. But for now, I'm just running Demonic Calling because, to be honest, I could be bothered to bind it. Demonic Skin, exactly as it is on live at the moment. Burning Rush, exactly the same. Yep, definitely exactly the same. Dark Pact, exactly the same. So that's here at 45s. Nothing's changed. So level 60 tier, we've got From the Shadows, which is whenever you do call Dreadstalkers, you target you should do it on, it takes 20% additional Shadow Flame damage from yourself for the next 12 seconds. Now, whether that will react with Dread Lash, I don't think so, because although it's an AoE, it's a Dread Bite attack, whereas this is actually just the actual summoning. So I don't think it will do an AoE debuff of 20% additional Shadow Flame damage, if you see what I'm getting at. Soul Strike's quite interesting. It's another pet ability for your Fell Guard. Basically, it's another attack that he has, but it generates you a Soul Shard every 10 seconds if you want to use it on cooldown. No energy cost, 50 yard range, so it's pretty decent for just that extra Soul Shard generation if you need it. Summoned Vile Fiend costs a Soul Shard, but it's just one more extra pet out. I'll just show you what that looks like now. I thought I was going to bind that there actually, so yeah, we'll put that there. So Vile Fiend, as you'd expect, he's coming out with the Fell Guard voice, but it's the dudes that you see riding around the Legion at the moment. You can get as mounts, so you get one of them. Yeah, you get Shadow Fury as standard now. The talent here will just reduce the cooldown by 15 seconds, taking it from a minute to obviously 45. Mortal Coil though, again, this tier if you're a raider, I suppose Demonic Circle, but I mean for me PvP wise, I'd rather take Mortal Coil. It's just an extra CC. You've got the stun already, so why not just take the stun and a Mortal Coil, or even Circle if you're facing quite a highly mobile team. But that's what I've got for anyway. So anyway, Inner Demons. Now this is what you might have seen. I've got a load of wild imps at the moment currently running around me. Basically, these guys are always spawning in. So I don't know if it's a bug at the moment where you've got. It's meant to say, to the fight, passively summon a wild imp to the fight every 10 seconds. I think that maybe you should be in combat before that starts proccing, but at the moment they're just coming out all the time. You have a 10% chance to also summon an additional demon to fight for 15 seconds, so that could be anything. Absolutely anything at all. I've seen some Satire demons running out before now, so Soul Conjure's exactly the same, nothing's changed. Grimoire Service, again, is exactly the same, hasn't changed, so that's the real main change for that tier. Level 100 talent, so sacrifice souls. Every time you burn a soul shard, increase the damage of your Shadow Bolt and Demon Bolt. That's stacks up to 5 times, so 25% damage increase. and it's not the next one, it's just constant, so it's always a 25% increase. That's quite nice for, you know, your sustain. Warlocks have got a really cool DPS cooldown now, which is very demonology-ish, which is how it should be. You've got this summon a demonic tyrant. Now this guy is an additional summon, but what he does is when you pop him, increases the duration of all your current demons by 15 seconds. So if you've got like a few Dreadstalkers about, you know, on the way out, pop him, and they will, you know, be renewed for 15 seconds. Also increases the damage of all your other demon bolts, but all the other demons, sorry, but also buffs your Shadow Bolt. Oh god, no he doesn't, sorry. He will also cast Shadow Bolt Volley, so demon buff damage, demon duration increase, and he'll just do damage as well. But he's quite a nice model as well, so we'll just summon him out a second, see what he looks like. So you might recognise that model from Legion. He's a big old dude. So I'll zoom in here a second. There you go. So he's a bit of a bad boy, isn't he? Bit of a bad boy. So anyway, he throws these big Shadow Bolt volley things, and they just explode and everything dies. So nice cooldown. But the point of me showing you that was there's a talent here called Demonic Consumption that what it'll do when he comes out instead now will just absorb all of your wild imps. So if you've got inner demons procced, you've got a few Hand of Gul'dan's out, you've got plenty of imps on the field, you can just pull him out and he'll kill all your wild imps, but he'll be empowered, which is, you know, can be quite nice, I suppose. I personally, though, on this tier, I think that the most fun one is Nether Portal. So what you do is it tears open a portal, which I'll show you right now. There you go. And there's an Illidari Satire. He's just popped as well. There you go. This guy here. Anyway, so it opens a portal. Now every time you burn a soul shard, you will summon a random demon, and it will just start attacking the target you're on. So if you imagine Legion demonology was pretty much, you know, a cluster fest of demons, but they didn't really do anything. It was more about kind of maintaining, you empowering them, giving them loads of haste, loads of health. Thalkeel's consumption to them when they're buffed with health, to then do extra damage. That's all gone now. There's still a little bit of maintaining, but there's none of this, you know, demonic empowerment anymore. Your demons come out as strong as they're going to be, and then you have individual talents and abilities which buff your actual summoned demon, like your Felguard. So you've got, like, as I say, Soul Strike. You've got the demonic strength, which I like to run. So you know, there's two talents there which already are buffing your Felguard if you want to go that route. But yeah, it's just nicer. It feels nicer. I mean, I'll just do a few DPSings. As you can see, there's a Warlock here right now, and he's got about 8 imps out. So what we're doing is we've got just Shadow Bolt spam basically, get some Soul Shards up, we'll do a Hand of Gul'dan, which will burn a maximum 3, get the Dreadstalkers out, and so on and so forth. Now if you wanted, you can summon the Var Fiend, so he's out now, another Hand of Gul'dan. Now you've got Demon Bolt here, which is a very long cast time, but generates 2 Soul Shards, and you only use it when you've got a proc like that, because it makes it instant cast, so we've got 2 procs there, so let's do another one. Let's Hand of Gul'dan, Hand of Gul'dan again, and then now he's out, we'll do that. Get the Tyrant out, and you'll see lots of DPSings. Yep. So we've got lots of Fellims chucking out at the moment. So it's quite nice. It just feels more castery now. It doesn't feel like, I don't know. Before you were literally just a pet dude, and all your damage was from your pets, which it should be, because it's demonology. Just like Beastmaster Hunter, you expect your beast doing, you know, the damage, because that's what that's the, you know, the immersion you want. But at the same time, you're not just this maintainer now. You're this dude that's actually casting in, you know, actively casting stuff in. I don't know, it might be the same, but it just feels a lot more smoother. These molten core, well, demonic core procs as well, nice. Makes your Soulfire instant. You can just get loads of soul shard duration out. Yeah, it's nice. I'm a bit far fiend out. I'll do a Fellstorm. But the other thing as well that demonology gets as standard now is just implosion. So you can get loads of imps out, which I'm doing now. I've still got molten demonic core procs. Let's just do 2 of them. Goodness me, it's endless. In fact, what I'll do then is I'll get a summon around now. Demonic Tyrant. Let's get our nether portal up. There's another, yeah, nether portal's up. No, it's not. Still not up. Now it is. There we go, casting it now. So now every time we summon a demon, we're going to be getting these additional demons coming out of the portal. So there we go, there's like a fell hound there that ran out, like a dark hound, whatever you want to call it. So we'll get some Dreadstalkers out, we'll get some more. So there's just additional demons coming out. We've got a Wrathguard there, we've got a Satire. So yeah, it feels quite nice, truth be told. Oh yeah, as I say, everyone gets implosion now, so send all your imps in, explode them. So let's get you back. So yeah, I mean that's demo. I think it's quite nice. It's, you know, a couple of core changes, but now your pets don't need to be constantly buffed to be any decent. Once they're summoned, they're at full power. You know, just straight into the fray. I mean, let's be honest, guys. I mean, if you were like a master summoner, you know, you've owned the Dreadscar at some point. You know, you've had your own little personal demon inventory barracks at command. You know, when you're pulling them through the Twisted Nether and you call them to your raid, you don't want to be like, "Come to me, help me," you know, and then they come out half-arsed and weak, and then you have to buff them again. So it's just nice the fact that, you know, you can pull these constantly pulling demons out, and they're just going straight in the fray, just left, right, centre, Johnny old slip and slide, boom, 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 and they're frothing, they're ready to go, you know, which is nice. So yeah, it feels quite nice, to be honest. I haven't really touched the other 2 specs yet. I wanted to get this is the first spec that I've actually touched since I got invited to beta. So this, my first video is Demonology Warlock, because for me I think that was one of the most changed classes, well, specs rather. So yeah, I think it's quite nice, to be honest. It's well rounded. There's obviously a couple of changes that, you know, a few things that need to be done really, like, you know, that's just beta though. So like the Shadow Bolt's a cube at the moment and things like that, and then Battle Scourge Bombers, you know, a bit lackluster. But you could play around with a Power Siphon build where you've got constant imps coming out due to your inner demons, and then you just, you know, sacrifice them every you know, couple of seconds or whatever, and to get more charges off, to then get that, you know, additional demon you know, salvo out. And it literally is like a salvo at some points when you're playing it, especially on the dummies, but you imagine on the boss or whatever, you just feel like you're literally machine gun firing out demons. You got imps coming out of your arse, you got Dreadstalkers just tunneling in, and then you got another portal up, and what that's doing is it's summoning more, and then before they're all about to expire, you just pull out a demonic tyrant. I mean, or lieutenant, whatever he's called. Yep, there we go, demonic tyrant, and he just basically comes out, inspires all your demons on the playing field, and makes them, you know, think, oh. I mean, if you ever think of like Dawn of War 2, not Dawn of War 2, Dawn of War 1, but Winter Assault. If you guys have played that, for me the demonic tyrant, it's the commissar. You put a commissar in a squad of like, you know, guardsmen, and these guardsmen are like morale-less, you know, really weak units. But as soon as you put a commissar in there, literally one of the main abilities he uses is you just execute somebody. And what he'll do is he'll pull his pistol out and he'll just shoot one, and the rest of them then fight really hard and are immune to morale debuffs. So that's why I feel the demonic tyrant is. He like comes out and he's just whipping these wild imps into shape, and it's quite nice. It's quite fun to it's quite fun to play, to be honest. How it is on leveling content, I don't know. For those of you who've watched it so far, that'll probably be it now for just gone on the training dummies. What I was going to do now is I was going to play the lock in a battle for Lordaeron. So what I'll do is I'll do an additional video. But in the meantime, thanks for watching. Any tips you can give me, any criticisms, that's fine. It's one of my first videos. I'm quite lucky to get beta access. I feel I've got a lot of mates that haven't got beta access, and a lot of them said, "Why don't you stream it?" I thought, well, actually, I'll just do some videos. So any criticisms, anything you got for me, that'd be awesome. Try not to be too harsh. But in the meantime, I hope you enjoyed the video, and subscribe and like it if you did. All right, cheers.